In this video, we will talk about what are the most common type of attacks that happen on WordPress website and what you can do to avoid them. So if you are interested in your WordPress website security, then let's dive in. Hi, my name is Ankit and welcome to Magazine 3 YouTube channel where we talk about everything related to WordPress. And if you like to learn more about WordPress, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we upload our next video. Being one of the most popular content management system and powering more than 75 million websites worldwide, WordPress websites are always attacked by malwares or hackers, but thanks to the core team of WordPress, they are working day and night to make this system better, stronger and secure. So in this video, we will talk about what are the different type of attacks that can happen on your WordPress website and what you can do to prevent them. So we will start with number 1, that is brute force attack. Now this is one of the most common attacks that happen on your WordPress website. These attacks are mostly caused by automatic bots and sometimes few hackers who are just trying to practice their web security stuff, and your website is just became a victim of that. So these kind of attacks, they target the WordPress login page and they try all the permutation combination for getting the username and password of your WordPress admin panel, and most of the time if you take basic precautions you can easily avoid this kind of attack. And some of the precautions are pretty basic, that you should have a strong username and password for your WordPress backend, and of course you should not use username like admin or admin and password as admin123. So basically make sure that you have a very strong username and password combination for your WordPress admin panel. Along with that, you can also install the security plugins like iTheme Security and plugins similar to that. They have a feature inbuilt which can restrict users from multiple login attempts, and they can immediately shut down the backend for those visitors who try to access your WordPress backend by typing admin as username. Along with that, you can also use some two-factor authentication plugins which will add an extra layer of login step when you are trying to log in your WordPress backend. You will get an OTP, or maybe you can use Google Authenticator which generates the OTPs and then you enter on your WordPress backend to do the final login step. So these simple things can easily protect brute force attacks on your WordPress website. Second in our list is SQL injections. Now this is the oldest attack that can happen on any website, not just WordPress. So if your website deals with database, this attack can happen on your site. And the way they attack is they use the contact form or the comment form to trigger few things in your WordPress backend that can attack your MySQL server where all your data is saved. So once the attack is successful, the hacker or the attacker will be able to get the access of your MySQL server, and it may also compromise your WordPress login details. So in order to protect this kind of attacks, you need to make sure that whatever form is available on your site, maybe a contact form or maybe a comment form, just make sure that all the fields are configured correctly and they go through some validations. For example, on your contact form, if there is a field like email ID, then you need to make sure that you validate that field that only email ID pattern should be entered there. And similar to that, if you have a field like phone number, it should always capture numeric digits, and you may also limit the number of characters like 10, because any phone number will not go longer than 10 digits. Next in our list is vulnerable themes and plugins. Now, in order to create a WordPress website, you need a theme, and to extend the functionality of your WordPress website as per your requirement, you might need to install various plugins. But the problem arises when you get these themes and plugins from unreliable sources. There are various sites which sells the pirated version of premium themes and plugins, and if you are using these themes and plugins on your WordPress website, you are opening the gates for hackers and bots on your WordPress site. Now, WordPress is an open source platform. Anyone can get into the code and find loopholes in these themes and plugins, and if you are using these pirated themes and plugins for that particular version, they will never get updated because they are not coming from the actual creator of these themes and plugins, maybe a reliable or reputed marketplace. So they will never get updated, and that makes them very vulnerable for these hackers and bot attacks, because they know that this current version got a loophole. So they will hit all the websites which are using that particular version of theme and plugin, and they know that it's a pirated theme and plugin, so the code will never get updated. So that's a clear invitation for hackers and bots to hit your WordPress website. And the simplest way to avoid this kind of attack is to simply use premium themes and plugins, and do not fall in these traps of deals which provide you premium themes and plugins at very cheap price. So this is an open invitation for hackers and bots on your site. And once you purchase your themes and plugins, make sure you always update them whenever there is an update available. Next in our list is DDoS attacks, that is distributed denial of services. Now again, this is not just related to WordPress website. It can happen to any small or big website, and it is one of the very talked about attacks. Big giants like Amazon, Sony, Netflix all have gone through this DDoS attacks sometime. Now these DDoS attacks works in a very organized form, and they have not just affected small businesses or small e-commerce website, they have also attacked big giants like a hospital or a bank, or even Sony, Netflix and big giants like that. And the way it works is that they send a lot of traffic on your website server, and with that the server goes down and your normal visitors are not able to access your site. So which means that they are denied for the service. And we have created a separate video especially for this topic, and you can watch that in the I button above, and I will leave a link in the description below as well. So you can find more details about how to prevent these DDoS attacks on your WordPress website. And just to give you an overview how to stop these DDoS attacks on your site, you can go ahead and install CDNs and antivirus plugins. You can start with the free ones like Security WordPress plugin. You can also try Cloudflare, and once the website grows, you can invest in the premium plans. Next in our list is phishing and data thefts. Now there are various ways a visitor can interact on your WordPress website. If it is a blog, then your visitor might be there just to read your blog, and they might also leave a comment on that blog. And if you're running a e-commerce or a membership website, then in that case your visitor need to log in, and they might also share their card details on your WordPress website. And if your WordPress website is not secure, this can cause a serious data theft, which can even result in the misuse of credit card information that your visitor is entering on your WordPress website. Now with the rise of e-commerce and online payments, these attacks are also rising. So you need to make sure that if you are running an e-commerce website or any website which deals with the payments or the sensitive user data, so you have to make sure all the checks are done to secure your WordPress website. And at the basic level, you can install SSL certificate if you are running an e-commerce or any membership site. And of course, if you don't have SSL certificate installed, you might not be able to accept payments on your WordPress website. Your payment gateway website will deny your request. So first step is to get the SSL, and as a second step, you can add some security plugins which can detect the activities of visitors on your WordPress website. And if that plugin detects any unnatural behavior of visitor on your WordPress website, they can detect and block that right there. And along with that, these plugins and a proper SSL certificate make sure that all the data transfer of your visitors from your site to the payment gateway or any other server interaction, that happens in a secure and encrypted channel. So if you're running a website which deals with user data, make sure you handle all these things properly. So these are some of the attacks and some common measures that you can take on your WordPress website to make it more secure. And if you like this video, then make sure you hit the like button, and to see more videos related to WordPress security, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we upload the next video. So that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.